Look, self-awareness, pride's a coat and yes, I like to wear it. Buttoned up, don't like to let no air in with a pair of gloves that I hope doesn't perish. I discovered though when I get holes in them and I let joy in, I'm in higher spirits. My mistakes are like a screaming parrot, just repeating lyrics. I can barely bear it.
Okay, let's go. What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus, Black Pepper Sauce, and I got my man, the battle rap legend, Mr. Biscuit, in the house with me once again, man. What's up?
The dude that beat you. Nice to meet you. What are we talking about? Dub Trey's daddy in the building, in the flesh.
Every time I hear Dub Trey's daddy, I just have to laugh. I'm like, bro, this
Dub Trey's my dude. Shout out to Dub Trey's out there in Denver doing a battle rap thing.
Yeah, man.
I'm their daddy though.
But yeah, hey, Pops is here, man. Daddy's home.
Pops
Daddy's home.
Pops is in the building, bro. What can I say?
All right, you guys, we're about to react to NF Lost featuring Hopsin. Now, I've never seen this video. He's never actually seen this video or heard this song either, so it's going to be a first-time reaction for both of us. Now, I've been getting a lot of requests for NF, and this was one of the biggest ones. However, my buddy Andy Rue, who loves NF, he's a fan. I wouldn't say fanatic, but he's a super fan of NF, so he has a lot of insights. I'm going to react to Mansion, and then I think Clouds or something else with him. So look out for those reactions too. But right now, we're about to react to NF Lost featuring Hopsin. Now, I'm just getting familiar with NF. I think I have about 3 reactions, maybe, 3 reactions under my belt. He just dropped a new joint, Hope, that is epic. And I want to get into more of his catalog. Before I just listen to all his albums,
right,
I'm reacting to some of the videos and some of the requests, so it's a surprise to me. Then I'm going to actually go dive into his albums and then slow down on the reactions, or maybe just react to, because I know he's about to drop a new album. So there'll be some new material to react to. So just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
But you guys asked for it, so here it is. We're about to react to Lost, featuring Hopsin from NF. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. But if you're really rocking with the vibe, please, I ask you, would you subscribe to the channel? Trying to hit 100,000 subs before the end of the year. I cannot do it without you. Without further ado, let's get it started. 40-year-old what? Boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
City boy.
Hold on.
City boy.
I'm trying to find my joint.
What you got on my 40, homie?
I got to get that turned up. What you got on my 40, homie?
What you got on my 40?
All right, you guys, let's get into this, man. We about to react to NF Lost featuring Hopsin, which is kind of wild. You know what was wild is like the homie Futuristic. He's the homie, and I forgot he has a song with NF.
For real?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, that's wild. That's crazy. Anyways,
we did an NF reaction before.
Yeah,
and
that was the one, Trust.
Right,
we did.
and
yeah.
he just lost his mind in it.
Yeah,
and so because I know he's capable of that, and now he has Hopsin on a track.
Yeah,
it's just like I'm expecting greatness. So my bar is already set pretty high.
Yeah, your meter's up.
Right,
he's a really good rapper, man.
He goes.
It's funny that I slept on this dude for so long. He's like Ren for me. I've only known about him for a month. And it's 2023.
Let's not do that, bro. Let's not do that, bro. Because Ren has a special place with me right now, bro.
Yeah. Yo, he killed that. We killed that reaction. Yo, check out. We just did a reaction. He's never heard of Ren before. If you're familiar with Ren, I exposed him to High Ren and some other stuff. We went down a rabbit hole, and it's
stupid.
Yeah, let's go. But we're doing these back to back. Let's get it. This is NF Lost featuring Hopsin. So everyone's told me these black balloons represent his burden, and he carries them around. So
okay. So another thing, though, like just on kind of the evolution of hip hop, like just listen to this beat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the cellos, the jum, jum, jum. It's almost like a movie. You know what I'm saying? You think you're in a movie theater, like. You can hear like in a world, you know.
So my dude Andy Root put me on. I guess he said his producer. I forget his producer's name, but shout out to his producer. His producer does movie scores. So that's why all his videos look like movies. The sound is really big because everything that I've heard from him sounds like stadium. I call it stadium music.
Right.
So yeah, man, it's kind of interesting how these. I wonder how it all germinated together. I'm sure some of you guys could answer that in the chat or the comments.
Look, self-awareness, pride's a coat and yes, I like to wear it. Buttoned up, don't like to let no air in with a pair of gloves that I hope doesn't perish. I discovered though when I get holes in them and I let joy in, I'm in higher spirits. My mistakes are like a screaming parrot, just repeating lyrics. I can barely bear it when I'm lost. Road is narrow, I'm looking down it like a gun's barrel. Aren't we all searching for the serum that could help us breathe and leave our state of peril? All of us have made defensive scarecrows that we scatter around our fields and treat like heroes when they scare away the things that we should cherish. Cause we're too embarrassed to admit the fear is that we're lost. Yeah, but what does it matter? I get too combative inside of me. He's a person who canvas. The pain can be flat. I get messy when I start to get rattled. The heart of a savage and quiet when I lurk in the shadow. But something on that up. I don't wanna be over dramatic, but look at the data. It's obvious that humans are fragile. We tend to get mad at the ones that call us out, but the fact is we need someone that'll be honest when we fly off that handle. I admit I throw a fit when I begin to unravel. Keep my wits been off the grid, but now I'm back in the saddle. My intent is not to rant, I like to own what I value. I can take you on the fence and maybe pick up the paddle. I like to roll against the current, that's the way that I travel. Opposite of what the grain has got the brain of a rebel. Take initiative, I'm diligent on every level. I never can settle, I like to keep my foot in the pedal. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take it back a few so we can kind of dissect some of these lyrics. I like how he always talks about like it's very relatable, personal tribulation. It feels like he's dealing with, you know,
right?
And even how he was saying, it's almost like in a way at the beginning he was saying he blocks out joy. You know, like he's talking about this jacket he wears
I don't like
to
to
protect.
let no air in.
Yeah,
right.
And he's like, but when it gets holes, all of a sudden I feel joy. And you know, I think it's interesting because if we fast forward, did you hear his new song Hope?
No.
Okay. Oh, I'll leave it as a surprise for you, but it starts entering. It looks like he's going through a new phase where all this darkness, because I've noticed a lot of the stuff he talks about is dark or really heavy. It weighs heavy on your soul. And but dude, it's crazy because I get caught up in the way he's flipping his syllables and rapping kind of rapid, and then the visuals. I'm like in this trance. I'm not even dissecting the lyrics as well as I could. It's something I'd have to listen to multiple times just because I'm enjoying the music so much.
No doubt. Now, he starts kind of sitting down on the floor in kind of looks like a hopeless scenario, and it's called Lost. He's in the middle of a wilderness in front of a fire with these black balloons or whatever. Did you notice that and maybe I'm reading a little bit into it, like he knows his journey has to continue.
Yeah.
So he's getting up and he's walking. When the beat drops, the sunshine actually shows. Like you see how there's no sunshine in his image? Like when the beat drops, there's actually some sun in the forest.
Okay.
So so it's almost like, and I don't know where he's going with this, but maybe there's
everything is intentional in this, and I missed that. So keep your eye open because
watch when the beat drops,
his cinematographer and him, these are all stories, and I'm starting to realize that from his fans, because his fans will tell me things I miss or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, that's how I knew the balloons represent his burden that he carries around." And like I'll be like, "Yo, what does this mean?" And they'll answer, and I'm like, "Wow, this is like really in depth." And this is how he's captured his audience so well, because the story it's more than just rap, like we talked about with Ren. It's like, yo, there's so much depth to this on many levels, and people key into that.
I feel like I'm too lazy to be this type of MC, to have that much going on in the background. It's like, it's the reason I battle. I just want to show up with bars and show that I'm better and just be in this hierarchy, right? But it's like, when you think about everything that goes into something like this and what it means to be a mainstream rapper nowadays, you have to kind of sell yourself.
Yes.
You have to have, your Instagram, your Twitter, this whole production, this beautiful thing. And man, it's like a salute. But yeah, watch when the beat drops, dude, and see if you can see that.
Defensive scarecrows that we scatter around our fields and treat like heroes when they scare away the things that we should cherish, cause we're too embarrassed to admit the fear is that we're lost. Yeah, but what does it matter? I get too combative inside of me. He's a personal canvas. The pain can be flat. I get messy when I start to get rattled. The heart of a savage and quiet when I lurk in the shadow. But something on that up. I don't wanna be over dramatic, but look at the data. It's obvious that humans are fragile. We tend to get mad at the ones that call us out, but the fact is we need someone that'll be honest when we fly off that handle. I admit I throw a fit when I begin to unravel. Keep my wits been off the grid, but now I'm back in the saddle. My intent is not to rant, I like to own what I value. I can take you on the fence and maybe pick up the paddle. I like to roll against the current, that's the way that I travel. Opposite of what the grain has got the brain of a rebel. I take initiative.
There's a big difference, man. big difference with NF, and shout out to him for this. So many people when they double time or when they go into that, so many of them are using filler.
Yeah.
He's really, really talking.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that so much more because the talent of double timing doesn't really mean much if you're just saying skibbity bebop, the bebop, bebop. You feel me? Or just putting words in
a lot
there
of times
that really
the filler
matter.
word that flows is the N word or mother.
Right.
Because it's just the way it rolls off the tongue. It's like, oh my, mother, and people use that so much. So when someone is taking the time like NF or Tech 9 or a Hopsin to really fill in the gaps with actual verbiage that's making sense. He's like, when the time it unravel and you want to cherish the beverage, like every word counts with what he's saying.
For sure. And I appreciate that so much more because so many people are double timing nowadays that I actually can pay attention now.
Yeah.
I bet you the first time somebody, like imagine the first time Twisted came out, people are like, I don't know what he's saying, but it's fire.
Yeah.
But we've heard it so much now that we can actually pay attention. And it's dope to see somebody actually talking.
I like what he said when he said, you need people to call you out. That stood out to me.
Facts.
Remember when he was talking about it? He's like, you
When I
don't
go off
like
the
it.
handle?
Yeah, but you need that. That was dope.
I'm diligent on every level, I never can settle. I like to keep my foot in the pedal, yeah. I love to pack arenas and all, but what I really want to do is learn to handle my thoughts and put the reins on them, show them I'm the one that's the boss, and pull them back when they get out of hand and breaking their jaws.
It's tight. I want to highlight that word. He said, I want to put the reins, like he wants to take control of his mind. And in his new single, Hope, at the very end, he's like, give me the reins. Like, and it just drops off a cliff dramatically. And it's weird because I'm starting to see how he's connecting all of his albums, all his different stuff, because I'm seeing the new stuff, but I'm going back. And right there, I just wanted to highlight that word because he said reins in here. And that was like a key word at the end of Hope.
Right.
Can settle. I like to keep my foot in the pedal, yeah. I love to pack arenas and all, but what I really want to do is learn to handle my thoughts and put the reins on them, show them I'm the one that's the boss, and pull them back when they get out of hand and breaking their jaws. I'm taking the flaws and told me I can never revolve, then pull a bane on them, ask them, oh, you think you're in charge? You ought to know better, ain't no way around it. I'm flawed, the traits that I want, they say I can't afford what it costs, but I manifested this. Failing's how you grow and learn your lessons, kids. Take the worst and try to make the best of it, cause when you fail, just know that it's a test, and if you can learn to pick yourself back up again and train your brain to not be such a pessimist. It's okay to make mistakes, just don't forget that there's a high road, but I skip the exit when.
Yo, I just want to give him a shout out for what he's saying right there because I'm 40 years old. I still make music, but I see my analytics. Older people listen to my stuff. Young kids, young people need to hear this. He has a huge audience.
Right.
Spreading what he just said is very important right now. Learn your lessons, get back up. We're seeing too many people take. You can only on YouTube they get weird about saying, but taking themselves out.
Right.
There's too many young kids taking themselves out right now, whether it's intentional or drug use, whatever. And I love that he just said that.
You know what's kind of
highlighted.
trippy, and I don't want to take this into this part of the conversation, so I'll just leave it on the table. Like, are black rappers allowed to be this vulnerable?
That's a great question. We should just do it.
We'll just leave that on the table. So we don't have to get into it, but how vulnerable he's being about his pain, about how he doesn't believe in himself sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like black rappers sometimes get stuck in this phase where it's like, I have to stunt. I have to show that I'm somewhere that I, you feel me?
Without getting too crazy, isn't it crazy he has Hopsin? Because Hopsin is very vulnerable in his music.
He is.
Tech 9, this ring brings to me, and he just puts it all out
and
there.
Tech 9 with red nose, like he talks,
I gotta. So, but it isn't. Yeah, that's a great question, man. We'll do a whole segment on that.
That's dope. Yeah, we're gonna be talking.
NF be bringing it out of us. Let's go.
When you fail, just know that it's a test, and if you can learn to pick yourself back up again and train your brain to not be such a pessimist. It's okay to make mistakes, just don't forget that there's a high road, but I skip the exit when I'm lost. Yeah. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. Wow, these burdens are heavy, and I'm hoping it don't bury me. I used to be.
Hopsin is just such a freaking. Yo, bro, Hopsin is bro, the dude is just a wizard. It's like, it's like, I just want to be like dead in the snow, like with snow on my face.
Yeah. And what's funny,
It's just dope, man.
I think it's really cool.
Hopsin is a creature, bro.
I think it's cool that they connected because Hopsin's really into cinematic. He like his stuff has always been cinematic. So it's like, dude, it's epic.
When I'm lost, when I'm lost. Wow, these burdens are heavy, and I'm hoping it don't bury me. I used to be joyful and skip so merrily, but now I'm too cautious and tiptoe carefully. My mind left, and it's nowhere to be found. Am I a big old parody? Cause it's no fair to me. And now I'm at the point where I'm spending $1,000 a week on hypnotherapy. Look, I'm trying to wash away my sins. I got a group of loved ones that ain't my friends. And if I ever take a nail, then they might grin. And they all wanna see me stay in the cage I'm in. So when it come to anybody, there's no trust for no one. Man, so what? My whole plan's to go nuts. My shoulder's ready for most shrugs. I'm gon' judge anybody trying to enter my circle with no love. My sanity's gone, I'd rather be torn from this planet they planted me on. Your stats a reward. I'm actually bored with having it so hard. It's torn apart from a family that I don't have anymore. Man, hold up. I was living so oblivious with millions. It really was a pity, huh? A pity, huh? It's kinda funny what a penny does, mixed in with a mini buzz. I feel stuck. Life got me by the neck with a blade against it. Cause I was running late for the train and missed it. The only thing I feel is pain and vengeance. So I'ma act out like a raging misfit. And every verse I lay gon' stay sadistic. You wanna hate me? Good, great, terrific. You'll never see the day when my anger's dismissed. You better go and change your wish list. Cause manifested this. Do not treat me like some adolescent kid. I am praying to the Lord with the book of James, hoping he go at my testament. This dark cloud, that's my residence. Demons knocking, I don't have to let them in. I done made mistakes day to day, you probably can't relate. I just ain't the same when I'm lost. Yeah.
Dude, his verse was hard too.
That was crazy.
They both went in. I always get thrown off with Hopsin because he'll say my verses are sadistic.
Yeah.
But then he's like, with the book of James and demons, I don't have to let them in.
Right.
And this is a reoccurring thing I've noticed with Hopsin, where he plays with the dark side a little bit with his lyrics.
You know what's crazy is both of them like in the verses on like when I'm lost.
Yeah.
Almost like when you're found, it doesn't mean you're not going to be lost again.
Yeah.
So saying when I'm lost is like in those times.
Yeah.
The times that are coming again, regardless of whether you found something or you think you're enlightened or.
Well, going back to that Ren joint where we're talking about the pendulum swinging back and forth, that's the human's plight, is swinging back and forth from light to darkness, which
Right.
angels are light, darkness is demons, but what differentiates us from them is that we're humans and we're the pendulum that swings back and forth. So I think it all goes hand in hand, which also starts to make me think, was Ren inspired by NF at all? Because you got to think, like, when you think about core principles, like, let's just be honest, NF was probably inspired by Eminem.
So was Hopsin, yeah.
Yeah, but he took it to his own level and made his own authenticity out of it.
Right.
Now, Ren might be inspired by NF, Eminem, Bob Marley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you see these evolutions take place in music, and I think it's really dope.
And
to
if you're
see.
not inspired, if you're a rapper that's not inspired by other rappers, you're probably trash. So it's not a diss to say that somebody's, oh, yo, I hear some Eminem inspiration. I hear some inspiration from Tech Nine or some you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for sure.
That's my residence. Demons knocking, I don't have to let them in. I done made mistakes day to day, you probably can't relate. I just ain't the same when I'm lost. Yeah. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost. When I'm lost.
all those burdens just hanging out in the field.
So those are burdens, those balloons.
Yes. And notice how Hopsin woke up rapping about burdens, and then he just picked up those balloons.
Right.
So
that field right there is what they have to walk across.
yes, that's
So it's ending with that, like.
Let's see if there's anything else at the end, so I'm
Right.
not cutting them off. It's almost like a minefield,
Right.
and you got to dodge. You know, life is like that. You got to dodge. The mines. So maybe that's. You never know with the NF. You always got to let it play to the very end because you
For
just
sure.
never know with him what he's gonna drop. Yo, that song was. I don't have to go bar for bar on that because I feel like is pretty commonsensical. You can pick up what they were talking about, everything they were saying.
Yeah.
But the different patterns and the different structures were really elite.
Right.
Um,
Do you think? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just enjoyed the track, and I don't know, I don't know enough about NF, but I thought it was cool he did something with Hopsin. I thought that was really cool because I'm guessing he's not a rapper that has a bunch of features.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to pick Hopsin and then Tech 9, I'm like, yo, you listen to the stuff we listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, yeah, you probably rock with Eminem and a bunch of other people too. But like, it's like, yo, he kind of comes from the soil. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's just what I thought. What were you gonna say?
Man, it's like in these days, bro, like to be an NF, like what is NF? NF is not that white guy sitting in the snow. NF is the team that brought this to us. You feel me? It's like the production, the beat.
There's so many elements beyond the lyrics. Like the lyrics cut deep and they resonate with your soul, but there's so many things that create the brand NF. I think is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Sure.
And without,
but the core of it is his story. His
Right.
story in the lyrics is the core of it, though.
Yeah.
That's what the foundation of this, let's say, skyscraper they built is. The foundation is his story, his life, his wordplay, his voice, the way he set it up. This is a strong foundation. Now we can build. The other thing I was very curious about, and if you guys have any answers for me in the comments or the chats, his sense of fashion. He wears these big boots, like he wears these long like hoodies. It reminds me of like Kanye. Like Kanye kind of has these fashion where it's like his fashion reminds me of something I would see in like Star Wars.
See, another question. Are we allowed? Are we allowed?
Well, this is so let's not say because I'm at this point in my life where
it's not hating.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I don't like to put things in black and white. And when you say that, you say we, but I say this. Have we not opened our minds, right? Like the way we interpret and do things as a culture. Now we're talking about black culture, which I don't like to create that line. Kanye does this all the time. But when he does it, he gets flack. Like I'm like, yo, the new Yeezys look whack. I like Jordans.
Right, but the Yeezys are thousands of dollars.
But
it's like, could Jay-Z have made I'm gonna pop some tags about like budget clothes? Right.
This is what I think. I think we are allowed, but you have to be a visionary. Kanye is a visionary. This is why he has these flamboyant. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree with the things he says. He be wilding sometimes, but I'm saying like to come out with his fashion sense. Again, I'm seeing NF do something totally different. Andre 3000 did it. Busta Rhymes did it. Are we scared? Is it so easy just to follow the cookie cutter? Yo, let me drop a hit single, make $1 million.
There's been a trail blazed already, and it's easier to follow that.
Also, what we see is great. Like when you see the homie pull up with the VVS's and the stacks, that feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good, you know? But when you see the homie who's like wearing, like Andre 3000, wearing football shoulder pads, and you know what I'm saying? Like got a little, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like, what is going on? You know, but that's the difference. This is true art. This is when you start to see art peak itself because art is a culmination of the music, the fashion. It's everything.
No doubt.
You just like you notice the sun come out at that specific time. They're giving you art within art. Art within art. It's like Inception. It's like doing all these layers of art. So I noticed that about his fashion sense from everything I've seen. He wears these brim hats all the time, but I notice he wears this like longer clothes that just doesn't seem like it's in fashion right now. But then I'm like, yo, it looks cool on him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what gave him the balls to do this?
Yeah.
You know? So, and I'm like, does he have his own fashion line? Like, where is he getting this clothes? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one of the things I noticed too. But I enjoy it. Like, dude, I'm liking going down this little rabbit hole of NF. I'm gonna continue. And hopefully the people on the channel enjoy it.
The song was fire, and I didn't expect it not to be.
Yeah.
With NF and Hopsin, bro.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah. This was dope.
That was genius.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Let us know what you think in the chat or the comments. And you know, fill in the blanks. We do this kind of like a podcast reaction where we have conversations. So we hope you enjoy that. And before we get out of here, this is Mr. Biscuit. Don't forget, check him out on the interwebs. He is a really dope, high-level lyricist in the battle rap world. Check out some of his battles just under Mr. Biscuit versus whoever. He's about to battle Danny Myers. It's going to be epic. So check that out when it drops.
Boy.
Yeah. But other than that, you guys, we're going to get on out of here. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. But again, one of the most important things you can do for the channel is subscribe. Trying to hit 100,000 subs before the end of the year. And I appreciate it. And yo, shout out to all the members on the page. The members are going crazy, and the members always get these reactions first. They almost get them a week in advance to 5 days. So I just want to thank the people who are spending their hard-earned money on the membership. If you're not, don't worry. I got you at Content All Day, no obligation. The only fee you must pay is to like and comment. On that note, we getting out of here, y'all. Appreciate you. Much love. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again.
A beat needs to drop on this.
That Golden Girls.